Well, good morning. I'm Mayor Woody Brown with the City of Largo. I'd like to welcome you to this month's coffee chat. Please, if you're here, make a comment um, in the comment section so that I can see that you're here. If you have a question, please put it in the comment section and I will do my best to answer it. If I don't have the answer, I will get it and post it here in the comment section underneath this video. And then also if it's something that I can post on a regular thing on the Facebook page, I'll do that too. So it's March. I don't even know what happened to February, but it is March 3rd today. March is Women's History Month. We do have a meeting tonight. I'll be talking a little bit about what's going on at the meeting, but we will be celebrating Women's History Month. City of Largo, I've done a little bit of research on the history of women in Largo, and frankly, a lot of the cool things that we have today in Largo started with the Largo Women's Club. Some women back in the early 1900s, 1914 is when the Women's Club started. And women like Jenny Judkins, Ann McMullen, and Lillian Belcher, and some of their friends started the Largo Women's Club, really, and their goal was to improve the community that they live in. And so that quickly advanced to starting the first Largo Library a couple years later in Largo. And they did that with a really cool effort of getting donations under a camphor tree in downtown, where people would just drop off books and magazines and even lumber for building bookshelves. And that became the first ever Largo Library, and it's continued ever since then. They also put some of the first sidewalks in Largo. Believe it or not, they were wooden sidewalks in Largo. And they did a lot over the years, including what became the Pinellas County Fair in Largo, that went from 1916. It moved to where it was at the Pinellas County Fairgrounds in 1920, and it stayed there for 60 years until 1980, which is where Largo Central Park is now. So if you're here watching, please make a comment. I'm trying to see if there's any. Yeah, it looks like there's some people. Let me see. Oh, good. Okay. So that's going to be, we're going to celebrate Women's History Month today, but also all month. There's a lot of different programming, so you'll learn about. Good morning, Stacy. Thanks for commenting, so I could see that some folks are here. So we're going to be celebrating all month. Also this month is Government Finance Professionals Week. That's the week of March 16th through the 20th, which also happens to be spring break. So those finance people are smart. They planned their week right around spring break. So I hope we'll learn a little bit more about all that goes into our finance department and the great professionals there. Good morning, Preston. And then we have also on the agenda tonight, we have several vehicle purchases. I think there's 29 vehicles overall across many departments. We're buying a lot of fleet vehicles. We're buying a couple undercover police department vehicles with police forfeiture funds. I can't tell you what kind of cars they are. That's kind of the point. So that's on the agenda for tonight. We're also considering a new lease for the Pappas Fresh Greek, which will be coming at the Horizon Building very soon now. I think if you've seen Parlor Donuts has some signage on their windows. They're getting ready to go soon. We expect that we'll be able to start moving in the next few weeks, and then be operational probably during April. So from City Hall perspective, but I think Parlor will be in before that. So keep your eye out. I'll let you know as soon as they open. Parlor Donuts is right on West Bay Drive, on the first floor of the Horizon Building. So excited about that. And Pappas will be right next door to that, Pappas Fresh Greek. Let me see. We also on the agenda, we've got an additional $500,000 contingency money for a lot of the little checklist things that are needing to be finished. Some of them are above and beyond what we expected. So the nice thing about that, well, if there is a nice thing about that, is that that money's coming entirely out of interest money from the loan. So we borrowed money for the building of Horizon and invested that money, and we made quite a bit of money on the investment, and so that contingency money is coming out of earnings. So that's really good, rather than new money that we're having to borrow or take out of the general fund. We're also looking at the Clearwater Largo Road and the West Bay Drive community redevelopment area. There's a couple land use changes and some overlay changes and changes around that. We've been talking about this for a while at the city, and it's just coming back for a reading. So we'll see that today. So that's tonight's meeting. I hope we're doing a reception for Women's History Month before the commission meeting. So if you're planning to come to the commission meeting, show up at 5, and we can celebrate the women in our city, and also have a little bit of snacks and stuff and some refreshments. It's at 5 o'clock over at City Hall. So some more events that are coming up soon. This Friday, this happened pretty quickly, but there's a Japanese taiko drummers. It's a family group that has been touring for a few years now, the United States, with a goal to have 1,000 shows throughout the country. This is their first time they're in Florida. Hi, Julie. I'll get back to that in a second as soon as I'm done talking about the drummers. So it's a family group of drummers they're from Ina City in the Gifu Prefecture of Japan. The guy's name is Takumi Kato, and he's got his 3 children with him. He is a worldwide known drummer, an award-winning drummer in the taiko drummer technique, I guess. And they're bringing and putting on a show for free for everybody at 5:30 to 6 on the portico behind the Central Park Performing Arts Center. So there is, we don't know anything about Save-A-Lot, Stacy. Thanks for asking. We're trying to find out. So they're going to be on that platform that overlooks the big green in Largo Central Park. So you can bring your own chairs. There will be some chairs for people to use if they don't bring their own chairs. It's just an hour long. It's going to be really, really fun. I hope to see you there, 5:30 to 6:30. They're really excited to be playing outside. The weather looks like it's going to be beautiful. So they've been up north, so it's nice that they're going to have some warm weather to play outside. It'll be really cool. This weekend is also train weekend. Let me make sure I'm saying. Yeah, it is. This weekend is train weekend over at Largo Central Park. And then on Saturday will be Largo Historical Society's open house, which is always that first weekend with the train weekend, and that's from 10 to 2 at the feed store, the historic feed store in downtown Largo Central Park. So just to the south of the Central Park Performing Arts Center. Back to the Horizon opening. So we don't know exactly when the I think we'll be in there in the next couple weeks, and then there's some work to do getting up and running. I'm not sure exactly when we'll be open for business at the City Hall function of Horizon. I think that Parlor will probably be the first thing that's open for business there, and then several other of those rental spaces will follow. I think that will probably be open in April, but things are still we're on a big checklist. It's a big building and a big project, and we're trying to get things like the emergency door closing things, the security for badging into different areas of the building. All that stuff is being worked out. So the last I heard is we will hopefully be in there in the next few weeks, and then be up and running sometime in April. So I'll let you know as soon as I know. Let me see this on March 14th. So in a couple weeks, Keep Pinellas Beautiful is doing a cleanup out at McGow Park. It's 9 o'clock to noon. If you'd like to help with that, you can sign up at Keep Pinellas Beautiful. You can find out more information on our city's website, but that is March 14th over at McGow Nature Park from 9 to noon. A lot of people know that as Turtle Park, so that's where it is, over on the 14th, which is Saturday morning. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday from 9 to noon. Also that day is the Shamrock and Run, which is the annual 5K and 1.5 mile fun run in downtown Largo. It starts, the organization is at Ulmer Park, but it kind of starts right around the corner, and it finishes at Ulmer Park. But it's a great little run. That keeps growing every year. It's a lot of fun. They have live music and some drinks and food afterwards right there in Ulmer Park. I think your entry fee gets you some food and a drink afterwards. So it's a lot of fun. I plan to be there. The Rotary Club is we have for a few years now. We do like beer and seltzer sales and soft drink sales. And then also give out those free drinks that you get for doing the run. So, or free drink, singular, I think. So I'll be there volunteering with the Rotary Club, and that's the 14th. So next Saturday in downtown. You can sign up on runsignup.com or just Google Shamrock and Run Largo. It'll take you right to it. So a couple things a little bit farther out. March 20th, the concert Breezeway series over at the golf course. It's cool live music from 6 to 9. Jerry Schneggs is going to be there playing on the 20th, which is a Friday night from 6 to 9. And then they always have a food truck there. So the food truck for the 20th is West Chase Barbecue. I don't know if you've had West Chase Barbecue before, but it's good stuff. They'll be there at the golf course from 6 to 9 for their Breezeway series concert in the Breezeway. So hope to see you there on the 20th. Also, that week is a really if you don't want to sit outside at the golf course, or maybe you want to go to the golf course and then go to this show afterwards, because the Smithereens are going to be playing at Central Park Performing Arts Center. If y'all don't remember the Smithereens, you might be younger than me or something, but the Smithereens are a great band. They're still touring. They're going to be at Central Park Performing Arts Center in Largo on the 20th at 8 o'clock. I think tickets are still available. Earlier that week, Yonder Mountain String Band, which I'd love to see, but I'm not going to be in town on the 15th. The 15th of March, the Yonder Mountain String Band is going to be playing over at Central Park Performing Arts Center as well. So some great shows during that week. And then mark your calendar, April 11th is Shred Fest. So if you're getting all your paperwork together for tax day and you're finding stuff that just needs to be shredded, bring it over to the Starkey Road Recycling Center on the 11th, and we'll shred your paper for you. So drive through, just put it in the back of the car. They'll grab it out, put it in the big shred truck, and you're good to go. Summer camp, you probably know this if you're trying to sign up for summer camp, but I think I know that Highlands full day camp was full the day that we opened it up for non-residents. That morning it filled up or finished filling up. I think all of the full day camps are full, but specialty and sports camps there is some availability still for that. So go online, do it quickly, because those camps, even the specialty and sports camps, do fill up. So it's a great value, and they do such a good job. And they're ramping up for summer camp, which is amazing that it's coming up soon. So that's all I have on my agenda. The Save a Lot Corner, did I mention that already? I think I did. We don't know. I've been looking into that. One thing that I'm looking forward to is, and I share this usually on the Facebook page, is when we're fully staffed in our economic development department, which it's been a little while since we've been fully staffed, and we're up to up to full staffing right now. They do a project matrix, which will look at different things like somebody that pulls a permit on Save-A-Lot and what their plans are as far as we know. So it's usually, good morning, Kara. It's usually, it has city projects on there, but it has all private developments too. So that it's big private things like if somebody's putting in a new apartment complex or a new grocery store, the Sprouts on East Bay, for example. It really is a great resource for answering some of these questions. So I'll hook that link up as soon as it's up and running. I understand that it's in the process. So, well, I hope that you guys have a great week. I hope that you were able to see the full lunar eclipse this morning. We weren't sure we'd be able to see it. I walked out and there it is. So it was all the way just above the horizon to the west. So looking west, you could see it. I went out at 6 o'clock this morning and it was not yet covered up, and then it got a full eclipse. It was pretty neat. So if you didn't get to see it in person, you'll probably see plenty of pictures today on the internet. But thank you for being here. I hope to see you this Friday at the drumming in Largo Central Park at 5:30. Other than that, you guys have a great week.
Hi, I'm City Manager John Kirk. Have you ever wondered why Largo invests in certain projects? Sometimes it's improvements to infrastructure, like enhancing ways to get around Largo or increasing stormwater drainage. Other times it's community spaces, like the revitalization of Southwest Pool, or it may be improving public safety with modernized fire stations and equipment. The reason behind these decisions? Largo's strategic plan. The new Vision 2030 strategic plan builds on the previous plan's foundation, guided by Largo's values and shaped by thousands of community voices. Residents, businesses, and city team members all helped shape this plan through surveys, community conversations, and more. Vision 2030 helps departments prioritize initiatives, aligns with the city's budget, and guides long-term investments by focusing on 4 key areas: sustainability and resilience, building a resilient community that preserves our natural environment; public health and safety, ensuring our community is safe and informed; community pride, building a sense of belonging through spaces, events, and connections; and organizational excellence, investing in the team members and systems that serve our community every day. Together, we're charting a course towards a stronger, more vibrant Largo, and Vision 2030 is our roadmap. Learn more and explore the full plan at largo.com/strategic plan. Here's a closer look at the initiatives that the Vision 2030 strategic plan aims to implement in the coming years. Sustainability and resilience means preserving our environment and reducing resource consumption, strengthening Largo's ability to adapt to environmental challenges, and supporting a community where residents and businesses can thrive. When we talk about public health and safety, we mean making Largo a place where people feel safe and can stay active and healthy, and can rely on strong infrastructure and emergency services that are ready to respond when it matters most. Community pride means creating a city where people feel connected. Neighborhoods are vibrant and welcoming, and everyone has access to services and experiences that make them proud to live in Largo. And when we say organizational excellence, we mean building a workplace where team members feel valued, supported, and empowered to deliver superior service, grow their skills, and help make Largo even better every day. The community-inspired Vision 2030 strategic plan is the why behind what we do. We hope you'll explore the full plan and stay connected at largo.com/strategic plan.
My name is LaRon Roberts. I'm a solid waste driver for the city of Largo. My role is I'm what they call a claw truck driver. So we drive around picking up bulk items. So anything that doesn't fit in your trash can, we're the one that pick it up. Refrigerators, cabinets, dressers, couches. I got diagnosed in 2019 by my doctor running regular lab tests. and he saw that my kidney functions were off. And then you know how they do, they ordered more tests, and then eventually they determined that I had a genetic disease and that my kidneys were starting to fail. And so yeah, in 2023, they called me up one day, said, we got lab work, doesn't look too good, come to the hospital. And that's when they put me on dialysis. I had to have surgery. That the day they called me to the hospital and they admitted me, they had to put a port in my stomach. And what it is that every night I hook up to this machine, and then in the morning, the theory is that it got all the toxins out of you. They don't make it easy getting on the transplant list. I've been trying for almost 2 years now. I finally, last month, got on the list. And that means that now I'm able to receive a kidney. I go through Tampa General, and they have you go to their website, the Liver Donor Program, and what it is that you can call them, and if you want to be a donor, they'll send out you a blood kit. You take that kit to either Quest or LabCorp. They'll test it and let you know if you're a match. So having a kidney would help me live a better life, so I can do more things with my kids, so I don't have to do 9 hours a night of dialysis. Because, you know, I work 10 hours a day. I get off at 5, get home about 5:30, and then at 8 o'clock I have to hook my machine up. So that only really gives me, what, 2.5 hours of time to rest before I have to be on that machine all night long. So, I mean, it's very challenging. Some days, you know, it's a struggle, but, you know, life happens, and, you know, I'll get through it, and hopefully when I get my kidney transplant, I'll have a better life. What gives me hope? To know that, because when I go to my doctor, I'm in the waiting room with other people with kidney disease, and I see that they have lived long lives, long, happy lives, and sometimes you talk to them because sometimes you're waiting there, you know, half an hour, 45 minutes to see the doctor, and they, you know, they tell you their stories and how they had kidney disease and they got a kidney transplant, and now they're doing well and they're living happy lives, and that this is only a temporary setback in your life, that it doesn't have to define you. It doesn't mean that this is over. Because when I first got diagnosed, you know how you go in that I'm gonna die kind of mindset, but then you realize and you start talking to people that, no, this is not the end. Yeah, what gives me hope is knowing that there's other people out there with the same disease that have lived long, happy lives.